Probably one of everyone's favorite features of Microsoft Word is spell check. First, Word will tell you if something's spelled wrong by putting a red line under it. And not only that, if you're not sure how to fix the mistake, there's a trick for finding out some spelling suggestions. So, for example, imagine this is the list that I made of things that I need to buy at the grocery store, starting with tomato. Now it has a red line under it. And if I'm not sure how to spell tomato, what I can do is I can put my pointer on top of the word and do a right click. Now remember, not a left click. That's the one that you usually click is the left side. We're going to click on the right side of the mouse this time. And this little pop-up menu will appear. And there'll be some options, some suggestions of how this word might actually be spelled. So the options here are tomato and tamati. Tomato is the one that makes the most sense. So if I left click on that word, it'll replace it in my list. Let's try that again with carrot. It's got a red line under it, so it's not spelled right. I'm going to do a right click. And I've got carrot, carto, and carrot. This is pronounced the same, but this means like how many carats are in a diamond, or how many carats are in your gold ring. That's right? 10 karat gold? Yeah. That's not the right kind of carrot that you buy at the grocery store. It's this one here at the top. So I'm going to left click on that one and it'll replace the word in my document. Here we've got lettuce, spelt wrong because it's underlined in red. I'm going to do a right click and it's got two options here. I'm going to pick the first one with a left click. Now notice that this says bread, and I know that this isn't spelt right. The bread that I'm looking for actually has an A right here, but there's no red underline. That's because the computer is pretty smart, but it's not a genius. It can't tell the difference between two words that sound the same but are spelled differently. So, for example, bread, like the bread you eat, sounds the same as bread, like what happens if we say, if we're talking about breeding dogs, I bred this dog and that dog, and I came up with a doodle schnauzer or something like that. That's a different kind of bread. Sounds the same, but is spelled different. The computer won't know that I used the wrong form of bread. So I just put this here to prove a point that we can't always rely on spell check. I'm going to fix it though. I'm going to spell bread correctly. All right, this one, cheese, the computer is smart enough to know that that's not right. I'm going to do a right click on top of it. Whoops, let's try that again. Right click. And we've got a few options here. I'm going to left click the top one, cheese, and then eggs. I'm going to do a right click, check out the options, and left click the one that I think makes the most sense. And that's how you use spell check.